Don't you hate interruptions? Anyway, welcome back. It's back. What am I saying? It's Tuesday evening. This is an interruption. I got stopped here, which I'll explain in a moment. Today we're doing sports, non-sports items. The colossal fuck up with BP, that top kill thing. You knew it was going to be a fuck up. You knew it was a mistake. Everybody knew it. I think even BP knew it. So now they got this backup plan that they can't do until August. Lovely. But if you want to keep talking about fuck ups, I got a bigger question for Barry Obama and basically Eric Holder, the Attorney General. What the fuck makes you think that you're gonna do a criminal investigation for BP about this oil spill? I don't think you can call it a criminal act. I can't see where. I got to be honest with you. I can't see where you call this a criminal act. But this is, I don't know. The people keep saying this oil spill is like Barry Obama's Katrina. It's not quite on that scale. No, George Bush Jr. never gave a fuck about the American people. Forget blacks. They remember that bit where Kanye West did the bit where he said George Bush Jr. didn't give a fuck about black people. You can just amend that to say George Bush Jr. never gave a flying fuck about the American people, period. At least you can say in this instance, Barry Obama's trying to do something. What it is, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. But that's neither here nor there. Let's see, one other non-sports item. Friend invites. Yeah, I ignored the two motherfuckers who tried this. I said, when you have a name like Uncle Troll, what does that tell us? It tells us you're trying to entrap my ass into something, but hey, I run to that bait. So that takes care of all of that. Now, to the business at hand, and why I needed to explain the start of this video. I said in an earlier video that I was going on the 4th, which this Friday, going to the Nationals game where they're playing in Cincinnati. And everybody thought that was the Stephen Strasburg game where he was going to make his debut for the Nationals. Instead, it's now going to be on the 8th. I got the phone call really from my brother while I tried to do this originally. I got interrupted by a phone call, and well, he just basically reminded me, "Hey, we're still going on Friday." Okay, fine. At least I'll bring pictures, which I will not post on YouTube because you can't find that technology. But suffice it to say, there will be pictures, which I'll do for other sites. And like I said, we were going on the 6th anyway. That Sunday, so that's not a big deal. I'll just have to remember to keep out extra money. Whatever means possible. Anyway, while we were on the topic of the Nats, the game yesterday, we're going to play in Houston. I don't know what's going on really with the Astros. I don't live there. To find people there who will tell you, probably, I will say, this is just a venturing an opinion. Front office for the Astros is fucked up. I don't know about player development. It's not my bag. I don't know what that is. But the front office has got to be screwed up because I don't know what they're putting out on the field. What would Roy Oswalt getting tossed in the 3rd inning? And really, I don't even know if you could say that he deserved to be run out. I think the home plate umpire, whose name I have forgotten, because let's face it, umpires are supposed to be there to just call balls and strikes. You're not the stars. Okay, your ego is not that out of control to, think, hey, we're running the show. No, you're not. Fans run the show, really. We're the ones that have to pay for this shit. But getting back to Roy Oswalt. He stood there. Basically, this is the 3rd inning. It was a 2-2 count on Josh Willingham. His next pitch, they called a ball. I thought you could have called it a strike, to be honest. You could have called it a strike. But they called it a ball, and Roy Oswalt comes off the mound, basically walking toward home plate. That was the thing he should have done. The account was that he turned to the first base as Royals, turns to the first base side, does a basically chiding himself, and the umpire hears this and thinks, well, okay, he's aiming at me, and clearly they can see on Roy Oswald's lips, he's saying, I'm not talking to you. Umpire, I don't know if he had a bad day or what it was, but, threw him out. Just that there tossed him out. Maybe he did him a public service because of what happened after that. Whereas it was just, you get to that seventh inning for the Nationals, 9 runs. It's like, oh my God. And you could not believe. Okay, Ryan Zimmerman, you could understand with a 3-run homer, but Carlos Maldonado? A week and a half ago, this guy was catching Stephen Strasburg at Syracuse. Now, he's here only because Pudge Rodriguez is on the DL. Okay, fine. Who knew Carlos Maldonado had home run power? Oh, man. Anyway. So at least that stopped the 2-game losing streak for the Nats, and coupled with the fact that the Padres did a great public service, but just doing a bitch slap on the Mets. Now what you got is you got the Mets, the Marlins, and the Nationals all at 500. It's a 3-way tie for third. Oh, Lord. Of course, that also means we're, what, 2.5 behind the Phillies. And they're in second, kids. Actually, it's 2.5 behind Atlanta. I should apologize for that. That is the way of saying it. But never mind. It all confuses me sometimes. Oh, well. So, that's where that stands. The Stanley Cup Finals, I stood here and said the Blackhawks would win this in 6. They were already up 2-0. So, it's maybe one instance I may actually be right. Thanks for calling that. That would be nice. But again, it's just now, of course, the series has to shift to Philly. I should have tried to listen to see the sports talk radio in Philly and see if they were hitting the panic button right about now. Oh, well. Anyway, that takes care of all the business I needed to do today. So, we are done. And we will do this when I feel like it again. So as always, it is I, your friendly neighborhood real sports nut. Please beware of imitators. Also, please beware of people trying to entrap your ass. Because then you're going to really fuck up. So we will catch up to you when I feel like it. God knows when it is. I probably will do a video before I go to the game Friday. Probably do it Thursday night, and then they won't have to see hide or hair of me for a few days. Anyway, we will catch up to you when I feel like it, so adios, you cocksuckers.